Little people, Big World star Matt Roloff just made a huge announcement about Roloff Farms, and fans aren't thrilled. 5 months after the TLC reality cast member revealed he was selling 16 of the 109 acres of land the Roloff family owned, he posted about a new business development on Instagram. Standing next to a short-term rental sign in front of the big house, he shared that not only had he pulled his portion of land off the market, but will also allow fans to stay there for vacation purposes. The patriarch opened up about how he landed on the idea, citing new business partners and networking connections for his latest venture. After having many meetings and conversations and spreadsheets, I have decided to pull the small farm off the open market and partner with @vacations and open the Roloff Farms to everyone and anyone who wants to spend a few nights in the Roloff family home, he wrote on October 22. He continued, "More information will be forthcoming soon, but needless to say we are scrambling hard behind the scenes, plus running the busy pumpkin patch to refurnish the home to be ready for its first guests. It's my hope many families will be able to pull together and have family reunions in this home. Who knows, maybe even our family will reunite one weekend at the old house," Matt concluded. Unsurprisingly, Little People, Big World fans had complicated feelings about his big news. "So you'll share the farm with millions of people you don't know, but not your children unless they are breaking their backs for you. Nice job," one fan wrote on Instagram, referencing Matt's ongoing drama over the property. "I don't believe in handouts, but I do believe in compromise. I choose family over the bottom line," another follower noted. "It's a shame you didn't think of this before, saving all the family a lot of heartache and tension," a different viewer added. Matt's latest statement is another layer to a major storyline from last season. As viewers know, Roloff Farms was where he and wife, Amy, raised their 4 children: Jeremy, Zach, Molly, and Jacob. His choice to buy out Amy's portion and sell part of the farms caused a rift between him, Jeremy, and Zach, with both sons attempting to separately buy the property from their father. "My twin boys decided not to consider working together toward a possible joint sale. Both of them, along with their growing families, had moved on to other interests and investments," Matt wrote on Instagram back in May. Even though a substantial family discount and a gift of equity was offered by both Amy and I still owe Amy a bundle of money, they decided individually that the timing was not right for them to purchase a part of the farm at this time. It will be interesting to see how all of this will play out when the all-new season of Little People, Big World premieres on TLC November 1. The reality television landscape has long been shaped by a few standout shows that transcend the genre, drawing viewers in with heartfelt storylines, relatable family drama, and emotional authenticity. TLC's Little People, Big World is one of those rare gems. Since its debut in 2006, the series has followed the lives of the Roloff family parents Matt and Amy, who both have dwarfism, and their children, offering a sincere look at the joys and challenges they face. However, recent developments concerning Roloff patriarch Matt have stirred a storm of controversy among longtime fans. A shocking Instagram announcement from Matt Roloff has ignited passionate backlash from the show's audience, many of whom feel betrayed, confused, and disappointed. This article explores the timeline and context of Matt Roloff's announcement, the backlash from fans, the family tension that preceded it, and the broader implications for the Roloff legacy. In late 2022, Matt Roloff made headlines and sent shockwaves through the Little People, Big World fandom by announcing via Instagram that he had decided to convert a portion of the iconic Roloff Farms property into a short-term vacation rental. Specifically, Matt stated that the family's farmhouse, once a central filming location and symbol of unity, would no longer be up for sale. Instead, it would be available to rent to the public as part of a vacation experience through a professional property management company. This seemingly straightforward business decision, however, set off a firestorm. For many fans, it was not just about property, it was about family, legacy, and broken promises. The post marked a significant departure from previous expectations that one of the Roloff children, most notably Jeremy or Zach, might take over the property and continue the family tradition. For those who had followed the family's journey for over a decade, The farm was not just a piece of land. It was a symbol of hard work, togetherness, and multi-generational dreams. Fans were quick to take to the comments section and Reddit forums to express their outrage. One particularly scathing comment read, "So you're renting out the family home to total strangers, but couldn't come to terms with your own kids to keep it in the family? This is beyond disappointing." Another added, "What's the point of the show if everything it stood for has crumbled like this?" To fully understand the intensity of the backlash, it's important to revisit the history of Roloff Farms and its place in the show. Located in Hillsboro, Oregon, the farm has been a beloved fixture in Little People, Big World since the show's inception. Over the years, it's been the site of birthdays, weddings, pumpkin season events, and countless pivotal moments. Following Matt and Amy Roloff's divorce in 2016, Amy decided to sell her share of the property to Matt. It was a painful but ultimately practical decision. Amy then moved off the farm and began a new life with her now husband, Chris Marek. Matt, meanwhile, began dating Karen Chandler, a longtime Roloff Farms employee. With full ownership of the farm, Matt began making changes, updating the infrastructure and exploring new commercial ventures. Tension, however, reached a boiling point when Matt put a 16-acre portion of the farm on the market in 2022. The asking price was a staggering $4 million. Fans were stunned. But the greater shock came from the revelation that neither Jeremy nor Zach, both of whom had expressed interest in buying the farm, were able to reach an agreement with Matt. On the show, Zach openly voiced his frustration and disappointment, hinting at serious interpersonal conflict and financial disagreements. Matt, for his part, claimed that he offered both sons a generous deal that included a gift of equity. But according to Zach, the negotiations were far from collaborative. The resulting rift was so profound that it caused lasting damage to Zach and Matt's relationship. Zach, his wife Tori, and their children eventually moved away and significantly reduced their on-screen involvement. With this context in mind, Matt's decision to transform the farmhouse into a rental struck many as tone-deaf and opportunistic. To critics, it reinforced the perception that Matt prioritized profit and control over maintaining the Roloff family legacy. One of the recurring themes of Little People, Big World has been legacy, the passing down of values, property, and family bonds from one generation to the next. Much of the show's emotional depth was anchored in the assumption that Roloff Farms would remain in the family and serve as a foundation for future generations. Matt often spoke about building a legacy for his children. The farm was not just land. It was a dream realized through decades of hard work, creativity, and sacrifice. Fans had seen the family build the farm from the ground up, transforming it into a vibrant family-run enterprise that became a tourist destination and a symbol of their unity. The Instagram announcement, therefore, was not merely a business update. For viewers who had invested emotionally in the Roloffs, it felt like the final undoing of a cherished ideal. Renting the house to strangers, they argued, was a betrayal of everything the farm represented. "This just feels like the end of an era," wrote one fan. "We've watched those kids grow up on that land, and now it's being treated like a commercial investment." In the face of the growing criticism, Matt tried to provide clarity through follow-up posts and interviews. He explained that the decision to rent the farmhouse was not made lightly. According to him, the listing of the farm for sale had generated strong interest but did not result in a deal that met his expectations. Rather than keep it off the market indefinitely, he opted for a rental model that would allow fans of the show to experience the farm firsthand. Matt framed it as a win-win situation. Fans could rent a piece of television history, the property would generate income, and he wouldn't be forced to sell it to a stranger. He also maintained that Jeremy and Zach had declined earlier opportunities to buy the farm and that he had extended fair offers. Still, for many viewers, his justification didn't hold up. They believed that Matt had been unwilling to compromise in negotiations with his sons and that his insistence on market-rate deals clashed with the spirit of family succession. Critics viewed the rental decision as the culmination of years of unilateral control and fractured relationships. The Little People, Big World fan base has always been passionate, and this situation was no exception. Social media, blogs, and fan forums lit up with heated debates. Some defended Matt, pointing out that he had every right to manage the property as he saw fit, and that grown children were not entitled to inherit land if financial terms could not be agreed upon. Others saw it differently, viewing Matt's actions as emblematic of a deeper emotional disconnect within the family. Fans shared memories of older episodes where Matt spoke lovingly about his dream of the farm being passed on. They felt that those promises had been broken. Some fans even questioned the future of the show. With family relations frayed and the farm's symbolic value diminished, they wondered whether Little People, Big World had lost its core narrative. Many said they would stop watching altogether. The emotional toll of the situation was not limited to fans. The rift between Matt and his sons, particularly Zach, played out on screen and online. Zach and Tori's move away from Oregon to Washington was seen by many as a symbolic departure from not just the farm, but from the show's original heart. Jeremy, too, has remained somewhat distant, though he and his wife Audrey have continued to cultivate a strong presence on social media and through their various business ventures, including books, podcasts, and a family blog. Amy Roloff, for her part, has expressed sadness over how things turned out. In interviews and on her own social media, she's alluded to her disappointment that the farm was not kept in the family as she had once hoped. However, she has also voiced support for her children finding their own paths. Despite the controversy, the vacation rental plan went forward. The farmhouse has since been listed as a luxury short-term rental, complete with access to some of the iconic structures and attractions seen on the show. Guests can stay in the same home where the Roloff children were raised and enjoy features like the pirate ship, the Western Town, and pumpkin season attractions during select times of the year. For die-hard fans, the opportunity to spend a night at Roloff Farms is a dream come true. For critics, it represents a commercialization of family values. The future of Little People, Big World is uncertain. The show has aired 25 seasons and seen its central storyline shift from raising children to navigating adult lives, grandparenthood, and post-divorce dynamics. With several of the Roloff children stepping back from filming and Matt's decisions increasingly controversial, TLC may face tough decisions about the show's direction. Still, the Roloff name retains significant cultural cachet, and the drama surrounding the farm could continue to be a major narrative thread if the show returns. Matt Roloff's Instagram post may have seemed like a simple real estate update, but its emotional and symbolic impact was profound. For fans of Little People, Big World, the announcement signaled the closing of a chapter, one filled with memories, hope, and dreams of continuity. As the dust settles, the Roloff family faces an uncertain path forward. Whether the decision to turn the farmhouse into a vacation rental will ultimately prove wise or short-sighted remains to be seen. What is certain is that the conversation around family legacy, financial responsibility, and emotional bonds has been reignited, and fans are watching